Bonjour, mesdames, messieurs, bienvenue chez Bugatti. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bugatti. You know, here in the headquarters of Molsheim is the place where all the magic originates. Today I want to show you something special. But before I come to this car, let me show you what we've gotten here. Within the following 3.5 years, we have presented unique and exclusive cars. The Divo successfully reinvented Bugatti's long-standing coach-building tradition for the modern era, with its futuristic design and its different personality and driving performance. La Voiture Noire, an homage to the era of Ettore and John Bugatti. It is the true definition of automotive haute couture, the ideal Gran Turismo. The 110 inspired by Bugatti's Italian intermezzo at Camporegliano, a modern interpretation of the EB 110, projecting the fascination of the 90s into the modern age. We also took care of the Chiron family. At its core, the Chiron is the perfect symbiosis of apparent opposites that no other car manages to combine. Excellence and comfort, materiality and easiness to drive together with absolute performance. But there's a wide range of performance, a spectrum. And we decided to develop the Chiron into the two extremes of the spectrum. On one side, the Chiron Pure Sport, a vehicle geared towards maximal lateral acceleration, an uncompromised and pure driving machine with less weight, more downforce, and even sportier chassis. Sensational acceleration and extraordinarily precise handling. On the other side, the Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus, smashing the 300-mile barrier as the first road-going car ever. Less drag without losing downforce at high speeds for maximum longitudinal acceleration and top speed. The last 3 years have been also the most successful ones in financial terms. We achieved the best financial year of the company's modern history, not only once, but 3 years in a row. Our financial strategy has worked out. We are financially rock solid, and it allowed us to create, produce, and deliver more exciting, unique cars than ever before in the history of Bugatti. Being at the pinnacle of the automotive industry requires a team of dedicated experts acting with teamwork, passion, and know-how. For example, in our atelier, where know-how and craftsmanship go into every single Bugatti.
Indeed, the production of each Bugatti is a matter of teamwork. Processes are going hand in hand and skills completing each other. Today, we have the most diverse lineup in the modern history. We are used to having a huge diversity, as not one Bugatti is like another. We tackle the challenge with determination and enthusiasm. Each new project is a challenge, and we are all proud to see the projects come on the life and onto the streets, like our latest model which we are about to present. The Super Sport name was always reserved for the most outstanding performance-oriented driving machines, producing a famous line of ancestors. With the Type 55 Super Sport, Bugatti produced its first Super Sport in 1932. The Gran Turismo combined thoroughbred racing car technology with the comfort of a coupe for the first time. The Bugatti EB 110 Super Sport in the 90s set new standards in terms of technology and performance. And it also set a large list of speed records, reaching a top speed of 351 km/h. The Veyron Super Sport broke the production car speed record with 431 km/h, again making a Bugatti the fastest production car in the world. And in summer 2019, we pushed the limits once more. With the Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus, we were the first to break the 300 mph barrier, reaching an incredible speed of 490 km/h.
These records were not only achieved by the cars, but also by the drivers. Drivers who drove the record, but also worked intensively on the development to shape the characters and capabilities of those iconic models. Drivers like Andy Wallace, Pierre-Henri Raffanel and Loris Bicocchi.
For me, the Super Sport has been always the top of the line.
I mean, I agree. But even with the EB110, Pierre, 30 years ago, in 1991, we did 351 kph.
Fast.
And the car was really fast at that time.
You think you were fast, Loris, but I mean, when you have a look to that car, we went to 431 kilometer average.
Okay, but guys, as fast as you were in these cars, what about the car over there? 490 kilometers an hour. That's fast.
That's super fast, Andy, but you have to admit, it's also a special edition.
We couldn't leave the Chiron family without a Super Sport. So we set ourselves the task to develop a car next to the limited edition world record car. The Chiron Super Sport is visually and technically inspired by the record-breaking 300 Plus, a real gifted character.
Mon amour, joyeux anniversaire. Ne le déballe pas, mais rejoins-moi avec à notre restaurant préféré à 13h. Je t'aime, Romy.
On va pas déjeuner?
Après un petit détour à l'aérodrome. T'es prêt?
With the Chiron Super Sport, we are following our long tradition of combining extreme high speeds with absolute excellence. The Super Sport is the ultimate Gran Turismo, offering a whole new dimension of the Bugatti experience. The Chiron Super Sport concentrates the essence of what we have learned and developed over the past few years, with substantial improvements in all dimensions: design, aerodynamics, power delivery, and longitudinal performance, optimized for brutal performance in total control and comfort. Drag and downforce in perfect harmony to improve performance and stability even beyond 420 kilometers per hour. Now I invite our chief designer, Achim Anscheit, to tell us how design and performance go hand in hand. Welcome, Achim.
Danke. Merci, Stefan. The Chiron Super Sport is, from a stylistic point of view, very much a straightforward example of our Bugatti design philosophy: form following performance, or maybe better in this case, form following longitudinal performance. So let me take you to a handful of areas on this car behind me where you can actually observe that. When you look towards the front of the car, you notice the slightly angrier looking Chiron, and you also notice those kind of voluptuous cheeks left and right in the corners. I think they give quite a sexy automotive stance into the frontal appearance, but they also serve a special technical function. We call them air curtains, and they control the airflow around the wheel arch, and it's extremely important to get those right, because every mistake that is made here is pretty much an aerodynamic catastrophe then along the side of the car. So that's why these are very purpose-driven and very important for the function of the Super Sport. Looking on top of the fender, you see these peculiar venting holes. Now, for cars that go above 400 kilometers an hour, it is crucial and important to keep a neutral balance between downforce and lift around the front axle. And that's exactly what those holes are controlling. But as you can also see, it is a nice little romantic quote to the EB110. And when we go a little bit further towards the side, you see a design of our new ultralight aluminum wheel, especially created for the Super Sport. But now I'd like to take you towards the rear end of the car, where I think that is the most significant and important area of the Super Sport. The stylistic heart and soul is without a doubt its character with a long tail sculpture. Now, as you can see, we added some 200 millimeter to the original rear end of the Chiron, and this is leading to a smaller and reduced aerodynamic tear-off end of this car, and this is creating a much better drag coefficient, and that is vital to go with speeds above 400 kilometers per hour. Now, downforce then is less created with the huge wing on top of the car, but much more with the diffuser area, and therefore the exhaust manifold was redesigned all the way towards the outside of a maximum performance diffuser, creating these 4 vertical pods that you see behind the car, and they are actually one of my favorite details. So, in a nutshell, the Chiron Super Sport's beauty lies really within the raw, authentic translation of its pure technical aesthetics. And they are in balance to something that is stylistically inherent to all modern-day Bugattis, a distinct, precious value of its proportional elegance.
Ladies and gentlemen, together as a team here in Molsheim and around the world, we create the most extraordinary experience for Bugatti drivers and fans of the brand. And Bugatti never stands still. Our driving heart will lead us to ever new and exciting destinations. In the meantime, dear audience, I hope we are able to give you something to look forward to, and that you will be able to experience the Bugatti brand and the Chiron Super Sport up close in the future. To see it, to feel it, and now also to hear it. Vive la marque!